Well, Trump was found guilty on all 34 counts, all felony counts. This is what our country has come to, right? It's not going to prevent him from running for president or even being elected for president. Of course, he's going to appeal it, and that could take years and years and years. They're saying that he most likely won't get jail time because he's a first-time offender and things like that. But let me show you how the justice system is for the rich people. Even though I disagree with this being found guilty, you or I get in trouble. We get 34 felony counts. It doesn't matter if you've done nothing your whole life. You're going to get some jail time, right? And more than likely, you're going to be sentenced immediately. But when you're rich, come back in a couple months, right? Or you want to appeal it, okay, we'll leave you out on bond or something like that for a couple months, right? That's how this is for the rich people. Now, to get back on the Trump being found guilty, this is what's coming to our America. Next, it'll be the disinformation crap. They will start charging people for disinformation. People will start getting arrested for it. It's a stepping stone, right? That's what it is. It's a stepping stone to get where they want, where it's total control over everything. Now, Trump, he wins the election, right? Technically, he's a convicted felon, but he's going to be on appeal, right? More than likely, his appeal will take years and years. More than likely, he'll probably die before his appeal ever comes before a court. Now, 34 felony counts. You got people out here serving jail time over an auto key card. And if you don't know what that is, go look at the CSR firearms, and you'll understand what I'm talking about there. They are slowly becoming more and more communist, socialist type government here. It is getting to the point of where you're going to start being jailed and arrested for what you say on social media. I mean, it's getting to that point. A lot of you can see it. Now, a lot of people, I don't know why they're so excited about this trial. They act like Trump would be found guilty and would immediately go to jail. Once again, it shows just how people are. They don't have common sense. They don't understand it. When you have money, you don't go to jail. You sit outside of jail, right? Now, I'm sure Biden is super excited about this. I knew Trump would be found guilty because of where the trial was being held. It was being held in New York, and we know how that city is. Now, New York City. I'm not talking about all in New York City. What is going to come of this? Not very much. Taxpayers' money spent. Trump gets found guilty. He has a criminal charge on his record. He will probably more than likely not see jail time. He's immediately going to appeal it, and it'll be drug out for years and years and years. Now, is it going to affect the election? Yeah, it is. More than likely, more people are going to vote for him now, right? Because he's an outlaw president, right? Outlaw. He's an outlaw. But once again, you got to understand, if Trump wins the presidency, he does not fix this country overnight. I'm trying to tell y'all that. This country is not fixable overnight. People say, well, I'll have more money in my pocket. What's he going to do? Come in and tell everybody they got to go back and start selling stuff at pre-2020 prices? Nope. Is he going to tell everybody you got to get paid more? If he does that, the companies are just going to raise the prices more, right? We are in a embrace the suck situation right now is where we're at. The country is just totally collapsing. We have people on trial for the most ridiculous crap I've ever seen in my life. Like I said, go check out that firearm channel. He got a felony charge and went to jail for an auto key card. It was a card that wasn't cut out and it supposedly could make an AR fully automatic. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you's kept up with it. So go check his channel out and you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's going to get to the point of where you're going to start getting fined and arrested for disinformation. What's disinformation? Well, you disagree with something, right? Like they come out and tell you one thing. Let's think back to the pandemic. I'm looking over to see if Trump's come out of court yet, but you disagree with what somebody tells you, like the government official or something that tells you need to do something, and you come on and you say no or something like that, then you're disinformation. That's what's coming. It's coming quickly. I don't know. We're not going to stop it. We're in positions where we can't stop this no more. People are voting these type of people in office. You also got to understand it's a selection. You're not really voting them in office. I shouldn't say that, but you understand what I'm saying. People that are getting into power now or has been in power are ruining this country. They're ruining it, just straight out ruining our country. What can we do about it? There's nothing we can do until everybody decides to say that's enough. That's the honest truth. That's the only time we can do anything. You go back to the insurrectionists, right? Think back that 1700s. When we decided that we didn't want to be under British rule no more, they weren't called insurrectionists. They were called patriots, right? Guys, our country is a laughingstock right now. It's a joke. We've got to start over. I mean, that's the only way we can deal with this. It's got to crash. Unfortunately, everything has to crash and start over to ever fix this. All the people holding on to hope that everything's going to get better. It's not going to get better. It's not. Quit thinking that. Quit thinking that it's going to get better. It is not going to get better. Prices are sky high. You're making more money. Hooray, right? But everything is so much higher that it's like you're not making no more money. You're probably in the hole even though you're making more money. Guys, our country, the only way to fix it is it's got to start over. It's got to crash and start completely over. That's the honest truth that a lot of people will not tell you. There's no way to pay the national debt off. There is no way to get all this government control out. I mean, there's not. It's impossible. It's got to crash. When is it going to happen? I don't know. I'm thinking if Trump wins the presidency, the Democrats and the CEOs and everybody who's on, Bidenomics, I think they're just propping up the economy so when Trump gets in there, then they can let it crash and blame Trump. It's Trump's fault. He's president, everything crashed. But yeah, all stuff has come up. He's talking now. I wish I could play it, but I don't want to get in trouble for copyright. But he's addressing the press now. I'm sure he's saying something pretty good, but I think they're setting them up to fail. A lot of people think Trump's going to get in there and immediately overnight you're going to have more money in your pocket, prices are going to be down, we're all going to be holding hands, singing Kumbaya, hugging and loving everybody, and it's not going to be that way. The economy is teetering right now, and I think they're just propping it just to keep it from falling, and once Trump gets in there, that's when we'll see it fall apart. People keep screaming gold is skyrocketing, silver's skyrocketing. Skyrocketing to me is not $1 or $2 an ounce. If that stuff starts shooting up $500 an ounce, $1,000 an ounce, yeah, that's skyrocketing. I know somebody's going to say, well, you don't look at it that way. I do personally. I look at it like it. Stock market's crashing. It's down 300 points today. That's not a crash to me. A crash is you're at 33 and you drop down to 17. That's a crash, right? That's a crash. But get prepped up because this is just going to get worse, worse, and worse. Get prepped up. Freedom seeds, food, water filters, way to make fire, way to purify water. Get prepped up. I mean, to the best of your ability. I know times are hard. Go to yard sales, junk stores, wherever you got to go and get prepped up. Because this can't keep going like this. It can't. Eventually something's going to snap, and when it snaps, that's it. You're in the shit show, right? You can't sit here and pinpoint when that's going to happen, but you can't keep this pot boiling on that stove. Eventually, that thing is going to boil over, right? You ever made macaroni and you throw your noodles in there and you boil it and you walk off. Next thing you know, you got the white foam coming all over your stove, ruining your eye, right? The little wooden spoon trick, you set it across it and it don't boil over. That's what they're doing right now. It's what the Democrats are. They're putting that spoon across it to keep it right there at the top. And once Trump wins the election, they're going to yank that spoon and then boof, it's going to boil over, right? It's going to boil over big time. Guys, it's embarrassing. To me, it's embarrassing to see something like this could happen. Now, do I have a dog in the fight? No. Do I think Trump's going to go to prison and seek? No. He will never spend a day in prison. Number one, he's going to appeal it, and the appeals will take forever. Look how quick they got this stuff to trial. You know there's still people sitting in jails and places that's been waiting to go to trial for probably 4 or 5 years. Definitely over a year or two, right? But yet, something like this, they get it to trial immediately, right? It goes to show you it's a political show. That's all this is. It's a show to them. Now, the people who was hoping Trump would be found guilty, you won. People that think he's going to go to prison, sorry to tell you, he won't spend a day in prison. It just won't happen. Won't happen. He'll appeal it. He's up in age. By the time it finally gets to court, you know, do you honestly think, now imagine this, he appeals it, right? He wins the presidency. Well, they set his appeal trial during his presidency. Gets convicted then and goes to prison. That crap's not going to happen. Come on. Get that out of your head. But as of right now, this is a mockery of the... It's to the point where you just shake your head, right? Like, I can't believe this crap's going on. Next, it'll be disinformation. People will get, you know how you used to get strikes on here or something like that, or get you demonetized and things like that. It'll be straight up that you'll get arrested for it next. That's what's going to happen if you disagree with something. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think I'm right that they're just propping everything up, knowing Trump's probably going to win and then they're going to let it fall after he wins the election? Do you think, like me, that he won't spend a day in jail, that this was just all a big show? Let me know your thoughts on this one. This one's important to me. Comment on this one. Share it with your friends. You know, share it on all your social media sites. Let's get this out and see what people honestly think about what's going on right now. I need your help to do that. Let me know your thoughts on this. Keep your head on the swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person who can do it. Get prepped up. Hit them yard sales. Hit junk stores, second-hand stores, pawn shops. Get wherever you can get and start getting prepped. I know a lot of people watch my channel is already prepped and they're just kind of adding to it, you know, rotating their stock. But if you're just starting, you better get a fire under your ass and get prepping. Stay safe.